Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is Kevin with Everglades Canine Academy. And today we're doing some continued work with the sibling golden retrievers. Right now I have Hunter on leash and I'm letting Moose free roam. Moose is going to kind of be our distraction dog. Hunter's going to be the one we're focusing in on today. But if Moose wants to participate a little bit, we'll go ahead and train him a little bit too. So that's kind of what I've been doing with these dogs so far, including some isolation training, but kind of just giving them one-on-one attention. And today we're just going to work a little bit of duration on place. So if you're just like an everyday dog owner, you're not a trainer or a specialist or anything like that, place is a great command you can use for almost anything inside the house. It takes a little bit of practice to get your dog to hold it during distracting environments, like, for example, if somebody rings the doorbell, but totally possible for your dog to hold place until you relieve them. Okay, so it's a pretty simple command. I'm going to show you guys how we get the dog to kind of hold place a little bit. So it's in the morning. This is our first training session of the day. The dogs have been in their kennels for only a couple hours, not that long, and they're very excited. And I really do like to show you guys, you know, right when they come out of the kennels, what we're doing. Okay, yes. So let's just start marking. Let's start rewarding. Let's get Hunter's attention. Good. Nope. Yes. There we go. So let's just clean up. Place. Yes. Let's just clean up a little bit. Yes. There we go. Now, when we're doing this place command, Hunter, place. Yes. Good. I'm going to start marking right away, but then I'm going to eventually end up telling him to hold it. Sit. No. Yes. There we go. Good boy, Hunter. Good boy. Hunter, place. Good. Good. I'm going to kind of body block Moose out of here a little bit. Good boy. Sit. Good. There we go. Moose, sit. Good boy. Now he's holding it really well. So what I'm doing right now is I am rewarding I'm rewarding the stay on place, okay? This is how we start building duration. Good boy. All right. And I use the marker good. Good boy. I don't really like to tell my dogs to stay. I just use good, and that's mostly because of the tonality. Yes. And it's so important when you're teaching your dog to hold the place command. Hunter, come. Yes. When you're telling the dog to hold the place command, okay, you do want to give them a really good release off that place command. Don't let your dog just mosey off the place spot. All right. You really want to be the one to give them the reward marker to let them come off. That's so important. So many times I see people, they'll put their dog on place. Their dog will be holding it pretty well, and then the dog will just kind of mosey off. They don't correct the dog. Hunter, place. They don't correct the dog. They don't replace the dog, and then they don't relieve the dog. So what I'm going to do now is I want to move freely. No. There we go. So he wants to break a little bit. I'm not going to feed him. I'm going to wait a second. Good. Then I'm going to come back and reward that duration. No. No. Okay, so if you just saw that, he tried to jump off the placemat twice. Good boy. I'm going to reinforce the stay. All right, he tried to jump off the placemat twice. And what was I doing? No. I'm correcting, okay? So correcting, what I like about this exercise is, yes. What I love about this exercise is that it gives me a chance to build a formal correction with the dog. All right, so many corrections happen situationally. The dog's jumping on the counter, we're correcting the dog. The dog is barking at other dogs. We're correcting the dog. Um, and the dog will eventually learn through association, through situational corrections. But I really love conditional corrections. All right. So we're conditioning him to reevaluate his process when we say no. Right now, it's easy. It's you got off the placemat, you have to get back on the placemat. And also, we're in a limited distracting environment. I mean, Moose, I say he's my distraction, but just after a couple of minutes, he doesn't even care what's happening. And I'm practicing right now when it's calm, when it's easy for a hunter to learn. Okay, that's so important. And then we slowly build up to adding in more distractions as we go. We start doing this in public parks. We start placing him when people ring the doorbell. Okay, so let's try this again. Hunter, place. Nope. There we go. Good boy. We can lay him down. Good. And when I move, I'm not backing away slowly. Okay, I am moving. I am moving. No, no. This is great. This is one of my favorite parts about teaching dogs place is I get to teach them a correction. Yes, there we go. So he holds it for a couple minutes and then I release him. And you know what? That's a jackpot reward right there. Jackpot reward mean I just give him like a big handful of kibble. Good job, buddy. Let him get a little drink. Good. Sit. And I do the same thing with sit. Good. No. No. Let's see if we can correct sit a little bit. No. So he wants to follow me. So look at my legs. I'm moving. I motion triggers dogs. No, sit. So sit doesn't mean down. He wants to lay down. No. So just working through corrections. Yes. There we go. And he's struggling a little bit. So once he gets into that good sit, I want to reward him handsomely. Okay. So dogs are triggered by motion. Hunter, place. So I'm constantly moving, right? He wants to follow me. There we go. Right? So I stage constant motion right here. Okay, this is how I get the dog. No. And it's really important that you correct the dog before they get off. All right? The correction does need to be timed properly. Okay, so as he's trying to jump off, no. I'm correcting him right as he's trying to do it. If I can correct him before he jumps off, no. Mm-mm. No. So we got a little confusion right here. Hunter, place. Yes. There we go. See, with that little bit of confusion, right? With a little bit of confusion, he's kind of looking all around. He's like, where do I go? What do I do? I gave him very specific directions. I stood right over the placemat. I pointed to it. Right when he got on, then I rewarded him and released him. Okay, so that's the other part of working with dogs is that you can't expect them to learn right away. You can't expect them to hold it right away. We start building up to that. Okay, so when the confusion comes around, that's usually when I get the dog into the position that I want and reward immediately. Okay, that way I'm my obedience training is dynamic. I'm not doing the same thing over and over. I'm not just saying place, hold it for 30 seconds, then I release you. Place, hold it for 30 seconds, then I release you. Okay, and I'm not doing that pattern over and over because the dog will never learn. You have to make your patterns different and random every time. Okay, so when you're training obedience in your commands, if you're really understanding marker training, right, we do all sorts of different things. So now what I'm going to do, I'm really not going to explain much. I'm just going to start showing you what a good 30 seconds looks like of working a place command. Hunter, place. Yes. There we go. Right when he gets on. Good boy. Place. And here comes Moose. Moose thinks he can do it. Let's see if we can get them both on. Good boys. There we go. No. See if we can use a little leash pressure. Good. Moose, can you get on, please? Oh, you got two paws. Yes. There we go. And we'll give a little Moose too. I kind of had them placing. They placed naturally for a couple seconds. It was really cute. Good. Yes. So I'm not just doing place either. Uh, I'm doing, I'm loading the marker. Yes. Right. And this is so much fun for your dog, you guys. Hunter, sit. Yes. There we go. Good boy. So this is how you really want place. Good. I'm using luring techniques. No. Yes. There we go. Using luring techniques. I'm moving a lot. Yes. Good boy. Let's work in some other commands. Let's work in a little bit of pressure. Okay, so let me show you this pressure exercise I love. We'll get a little closer. So what we want to do is we want to pull the leash straight up. And actually, I haven't really done too much pressure with the dogs. Once Hunter sits, yes, we relieve the pressure and we reward. Very good. Here we go. Let's try from this angle. All right. Leash pressure goes up. Leash pressure goes up. Yes. Once he sits, then we reward. Oh, look at how active I am with these guys, okay? So you really want to bring some good energy to the table when you're working with your dog. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Place. So Moose is digging at something over there. No. So let's work through this distraction, right? He's super distracted with his brother. Put a little pressure on him. No. So see, this is where it starts getting difficult, right? Moose is over here digging at something under the car, and Hunter is like really concerned about what's going on. And this is one of the problems you can see with sibling bonding, right? Good boy. No. Good. No. So when you have littermate syndrome, one dog will start doing something and it'll totally distract the other dog completely. So Moose is like under my car right now, and Hunter sees him and he's concerned. He doesn't know what's happening. So this is when, like, this is where obedience training really comes into play. All right, when your dog starts getting really distracted, hey, relax, come on. So let's try to just do some corrections and break him out of it. Leave it. Hunter, place. No, no, no. There we go. Lay down. Let's just get him to lay down. So once he looks at me, I'm going to mark him reward. So when he starts getting really heavily distracted, you can see me, I'm kind of leaning into corrections. I'm popping the leash. I'm trying to get his attention off of his brother and back onto me. And when two dogs are bonded very, very, very strongly, it gets a little difficult to do that. And that is one of the difficult things about having litter mates, is that they will rise against you, right? And so it's kind of like a doggy see, doggy do type thing, which as a trainer can be a little frustrating. As an owner, if you're really trying to do some obedience training, it can be a little frustrating, but you just have to work through it. No. No. There we go. Good boy. No. No. Good boy. Yes. There we go. He gives me a little bit of eye contact, and we mark and we reward. All right. So you guys got a pretty good idea of some of the struggles that happen, some of the success that happens. With that said, we've been training for a good like 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and cut this session off. I feel like we got some really good things out of it, and you got to see some of the difficulties. I am glad that he was getting a little distracted, because, you know, these are some real life scenarios that you might be dealing with that you might not see other trainers show, right? You know, when it comes to making these videos, if you'll notice, I really like to show the whole process. I'm not doing too much editing or any editing at all, really. And that is, so if you guys are hanging in there and watching the whole thing, if you are, thank you. But if you are really gaining something from there, you're not really seeing me cut and pan and cut from a dog that's not listening, doing a bunch of work on the side, and then filming again when the dog is being good. I really want to show you guys just like a raw experience of what training is, and that's my goal for these videos, is to help you learn. Okay, so with that said, um, uh, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you've gained something from this video, that's great. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you can apply some of this training in your own living room or your driveway or wherever it is. And always remember, guys, happy training. And remember, there's never an end date to your training. The training never really ends. It's like working out in a gym. You work out, you build muscle, you build stamina, you look good. And if you stop, you'll regress. All right. That's how dog training is. But, you know, my goal for my clients is to get them to a place where they're comfortable, where they feel like they have control, or they know they have the confidence of having control. And then it's just the sky's the limit at that point. You want to learn more and go more in depth. It's great. You know, advanced training is just being really good at the basics. So get your marker training down, get your basic commands down, learn how to time those markers properly, and you'll be surprised at how far you'll go. Okay, go ahead. All right. So tune in next time to our next episode, and we will see you on the leash.